enlivened as I come into doing the group tonight. But the world's, of course, a lot bigger than just my world. And I've just been picking things up, as we all have this week, about what's happening this week, what's shifting. And so the news about COVID and how the numbers are increasing, the numbers in Ohio are increasing. And some of us, still have confusion, or maybe all of us have some kind of confusion about really what really is happening, which I don't think we'll know for a while. But obviously, there are people who are getting sick. And actually this week it came closer to my life. I actually know people now who have tested positive for COVID. And that's a first in 8 months that I personally have known people. So there's kind of that, last week we were working on the weariness that people were beginning to feel. And I think that weariness is still here. We've just in Ohio, we're all in Ohio right now. And we've had all this really heavy rain yesterday, and that really seemed to impact a number of people. And we're heading into the election, and we're heading into cold weather, which is why I wrote my blog post about connecting with the earth, right? Because as the sun decreases, and we all draw so much energy from the sun, the more we develop our capacity to draw energy from the earth, from the living energies of the earth, the more, the stronger, the more resilient we're going to be through the winter months when there's not as much sunlight to draw from. So, but, there's stuff about Trump and Fauci and complexities and Google, and how I'm being really tangential right now, but, the kind of maybe an antitrust suit against them for blocking or kind of monopolizing searching, which I know that they do. And not only do they monopolize searching, but like many other things, they are controlling what we can easily find and what we can't. So there's just all dynamics, lots and lots of things afoot. And we're moving into this time of year. So I thought that this time, and then you can tell me later after the session, that we would start out and do some tapping first on whatever it is that, whether it's about COVID, whether it's about the state of the world, or worrying about your kids, or, there's so many things it could be. Whatever is the charge, the upsetness that you're carrying with you right now, let's go through and tap on that first before we go into even doing the deep breathing. All right, so we're just going to experiment here and see if we notice a difference by doing this first. So give yourself a moment, kind of breathe and tune in. And see what you notice. Feel your bottoms of your feet, so you bring yourself into your body. You feel yourself in your body. And notice what's happening inside this body of yours. Where's there tension? Where might there be any discomfort? Any pain? What do you know about your posture? And how is your posture right now either supporting you, or if it's not, just see if you can check in and see what it feels like. If your shoulders are curled forward at all, there's a kind of caving in, there's a kind of hiding, a protection. It can be down, and our neck can be sort of at an angle, and there's more of kind of like a depression, like a heaviness. The neck does something a little different, I think, with heaviness. It could be sadness. Sadness, I think we drop our head a little bit more with sadness. Anger, we're kind of puffed up. Chest is puffed up. We're tight. Anxiety, of course, we're tight. We're not really puffed up, but we're tight inside. One of the things that I was doing when I was at the river was actually doing some eye exercises. And, I was looking at a distance and then looking up close and going back and forth. And I rolled my eyes in one direction, rolled them in the other direction. And then I sat there and I thought, oh, I wonder if I can feel myself relaxing my eyes. So I opened my eyes wide and I tried to make them intense. And then I relaxed them. And I made my eyes intense again, kind of like this. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but you're doing your work, so don't look at me. And then I relaxed them, made them intense. And I relaxed them. And I tried to feel, what is it I notice in my muscles, like underneath my skull, on the side, around my temples, underneath. What is it I notice? So I can begin to be more aware of when my eyes are relaxed and when they're hypervigilant, right? When we're anxious, our eyes are hypervigilant. They're scanning more for threat. Same with our ears. So I did that. You could do that right now. Imagine that you're scanning for threat. Imagine that you're worried, about something happening near you. And so your ears perk up. They perk out, they push down the middle, they constrict the muscles in the middle ear. And then you can just tell yourself to relax your ears. And make them tense again, and then relax them. Okay, so I just interrupted myself and us. But I wanted to share that with you because increasing our awareness about how our senses, like our skin and our ears and our eyes, how relaxed or strained they are, can also help us to bring ourselves into greater relaxation and well-being. The degree to which they're stressed and strained is the degree to which we're going to be stressed and strained. Okay? So rolling yourself around and going to whatever it is. What are some of the things that have been most upsetting to you this week or recently? You may have come into tonight's session with a specific goal in mind, something that you knew you were going to work on, which may not fit in the categories I'm suggesting right now. Okay? And again, time travel yourself back to a moment where there's really a charge around whatever this is, right? Whatever this upset is, whatever the worry, I think more and more people are worried about the state of our country. What's going to happen, right? For example, that may not be the only one, but I realize that is the one I think that's coming up for me now more. Okay, so let's start. So even though I have all this stress and strain inside from all this turmoil in the world, from all this turmoil in my life, all the ways that COVID and the social distancing have been really negatively impacting my life. I'm not spending time with people who help me feel connected and more alive or help me feel loved, right? And that's true for all of us, just many of us, I should say, to some extent. And maybe I'm stressed or I am worried about my family who is really stressed and struggling, or other people who are really stressed and struggling, or people who are getting sick. It seems that There are numbers of people who are getting sick now, in addition to everything. So there's just a lot, it's a lot, regardless of what I bring up or don't bring up, regardless of how well our life is working. I mean, this for me in so many ways is a wonderful bounty and gift, but it's a lot. So feeling that, even though this is a lot right now, even though it's really impacting me in ways I'm very aware of and some that I'm not noticing, I want to love myself and feel better. I want to feel safer. I want to feel stronger. I want to feel more trusting in God and the universe and each other. So even though I'm feeling all this challenge and charge and upset, whatever it is, I'm going to love myself and I'm going to feel better now anyway. Right? Okay. Top of your head, remembering to open up to the divine. The divine that is always all around us, all within us. That we, being beings of separation, are the ones that were programmed to separate ourselves off, and now we are habitually cut off, but not ever completely cut off. And now we just have this wonderful moment to be able to open up in gratitude and in love to these higher energies that are leading and guiding us and with us always, so that we are never alone. And then your eyebrows. All this disturbance, all this disruption, all this chaos on the sides, all this increase in violence in the world, in the country. The kind of crazy reactionary stances that people are taking underneath, and all the worry about what could be coming, what's next. And there's always a next. And as we know right now, we're in a period where the next, whatever's next, is not going to be a return to greater peace immediately. All this worry on top of whatever feels hard in my own life, whatever feels like it's not working in my own life, on top of whatever ways I'm upset with myself for, not being enough and not being good enough, or whatever. You saw my email, not being smart enough, not being pretty enough, not being bright or bold enough or quick enough, or being too much or being too little, or things just not working right, or being sick and not being able to get better, or the frustration of having been sick for so long, which I know a lot about, or having been down for a long time, like all that frustration and just whatever, it's a lot. It's a lot. Collarbones. And all the tension and the upsetness in my body, wherever it is. I realize that if we notice any tension in our legs or our arms or back of our head or forehead or wherever, that there is always going to be tension in our upper chest, our upper torso. That we are not going to have tension and tightness and soreness and pain without having tightened our chest, breathing shallowly, and being constricted here. So making sure, just trying to check in on the sides. All this disruption, we need a lot of flexibility right now. Wrists, we need a lot of flexibility and a lot of adaptability to mix in with strength and resilience and loving kindness. Eyebrows, letting go of all the effects of the disruption, of the commotion, of the chaos, of the turmoil. Letting go of all any ways we've absorbed other people's anger, other people's fear, other people's worry and their emotional pain. And send that out so that we can fill ourselves up with light, radiate more light and love, and be more effective as healing forces in the world. Underneath, letting go of all the fear, whatever fear that's come up in anything I've said and what you were bringing in tonight. Choose now to release all that fear so that right now you can sit and be in peace, feel more balanced, remembering, recognizing that right now you're safe, all is well and all is quiet. And so allowing the magic of now to fill us, allowing ourselves to be open to the magic on the sides and the power of this now moment. Risk bringing ourselves into peace and into balance, releasing all the last vestiges of the tension, the stress in our bodies, our jaw, anywhere the upsetness, out of the nervous system, releasing it like a wave just flowing out of the nervous system. And the nervous system already begins to move into the parasympathetic and quiet as we begin to relax. And then tapping back and forth in your heart, a couple of nice deep breaths, waterfall breaths. Good. And now let's go into the straw breathing. Just move into it right away. Okay, so nice deep breath in. I'm going to add the humming for the vagal tone. up a few tones. Release the breath. Feel the energy. Feel your heartbeat, the bottoms of your feet. Good. Now let's move into Kapalabhati breathing. Halfway in, exhale halfway. Release the breath. Check in again. The energy flow. What do you notice now? You feel yourself feeling more enlivened. You can feel that in your field. You can feel it in your skin. You can feel it in your heartbeat. It's happening in your cells. You can feel it in your cells and in that intercellular space where the polarity of everything is shifting from negative to a positive polarity and beginning to boost our feelings of well-being right now as all the neurochemical combination is shifting inside and sending its cocktail of well-being throughout the whole of your body. Okay? All right, so now let's go into the energy exercises. All right, so starting with belly button breathing. And switch. Good. All right, make sure your feet are hip width apart, your knees aren't locked, sits bones are dropped. Maybe feel your hips begin to open here as you drop into your body. Below your switch, dropping deeper into your body, deeper into that pelvic bowl or the pelvic girdle. Good. And now rubbing at the back, on the base of the collarbone, the sacral part of the collarbone. Feeling that heat there as you rub. Knowing that the cerebral spinal fluid is liquefying and moving and nourishing and cleansing. And switch, same thing. Good, 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 good. All right, okay, now from there, let's go to the cross crawl, or activating our energy, right? So we're swishing across 6 times. Other side. In the back. Okay. And go back and forth. Oh, this is reminding me that I wanted to tell you that, you know how I'm emphasizing all the time the infinity symbol and wrapping ourselves in that sacred geometry, that, and you may already know this, that as we walk and we move our hips, then the movement of our hips as we walk creates that infinity symbol movement. There's a rolling and a rolling and a rolling as we take each step. So think about that as you're walking, and that will also empower your movement walking. All right, so now we're going to do the yin flow. Right, so trace the heart 3 times. Can't count. And then brush your hands down the front of your body, off your toes, hang in ragdoll. Take a nice deep breath there in ragdoll. Grab your elbows, take another nice deep breath, and feel that stretch now along the back of your legs and your buttocks and the lower part of your back. Just really opening up all of that. And then as you begin to come up, doing the Celtic weave with your hands as you slowly curl yourself back up. Keep your chin down for a nice tight curl till your arms reach shoulder height, then bring your head all the way up and over. All right, okay, now we're gonna, now let's do the smoothing around the ears, the energy version of it. We're just lightly smooth from the front to the back, and we're sedating the guardian meridian here, the triple warmer, the fight and flight. Letting it all go. Okay, now let's wrap ourselves in the infinity symbol, right? So we bend over and then begin twisting, right? One hand following the next. Keep your chin down. Get that back hand to cross over the midline, so there's a weaving, a knitting, if you will. There's a knitting on the side, knitting all around, actually. All the way over your head. And then seal it at the top. Bring your hands down to the side. And see if you can feel that membrane that we've been knitting every week, or every time you do this, you're knitting this membrane. And this membrane is helping to give you a stronger sense of yourself and your own sovereignty and your own space. And one of the things you can do with this membrane, you don't need to do it now because you're in a safe space. You're by yourself. We're opening. We're being as present as we are capable of being. But in times when you maybe are out in the world and you're wanting, or you're around somebody, or there's conflict and you're wanting to bring that space in a little closer, you can almost imagine like a string, that you can pull, and it pulls it in closer and tighter, right? Or closer to you. And part of being able to manage our energy is that we're able to move this membrane closer when we need it and expand it when we are in spaces where we want to be the most open and loving, right? So this ability to move it back and forth is one of the hallmarks of our emotional and energetic health and well-being. Okay, so let's sit back down. Check in with yourself, see what you notice about how you're feeling. Let's do Cook's hookup. I'm feeling like it would be good to do Cook's hookup. So remember, you clasp your hands, see which thumb's on top. That leg goes on, that ankle goes on top of the opposite leg. So for me, my left ankle's on my right knee, above my right knee, my right hand's on my ankle, my left hand comes over and grabs my instep. And I grab it so that the minor chakra in the palm of my hand meets the minor chakra in the sole of my foot or my instep. And waterfall breathing here, so we do it 4 times. Breathe in, let it go. And in, and let it go. In, and out. One more time. And switch. Remember, this is the one that really helps to balance all the chaotic energy in our field, whatever might still be chaotic. So it's the energy that I really associate with anxiety, with, manic-y kinds of feelings, with being frenetic or frantic or really jumpy. And this just really helps to center and quiet all that energy so then we can use it for our own well-being instead of to distract us and to detract from our well-being. So 4 breaths here. And out. And in. And out. In. And out. In. And one more. Bring your leg down. Hands together, pull them apart. Thumbs on the third eye. Push in. Pull and stretch across your forehead, through your temples, to the top and front of your ears, and then push your ears down. Give them some stretch with your thumbs. Slide your fingers around and then slide those thumbs down the back of your ears, pushing forward, coming down off the skull. And then your thumbs dig in under the skull, and then they slide and massage into where they meet there at the nape of the neck. And then bring your hands around one more time, and we do it one more time. So push and pull, nice, deep, easy breathing. And all the way through, all the way down, giving those ears some movement. Pushing back at the nape of the neck, bringing your hands up around to the heart center and taking a nice deep breath here. And now let's go into the over energy correction, which is a cousin to Cook's Hookup. So the left ankle goes over the right, hands together, back to back, right hand over the left, clasp your fingers, roll your arms into your chest, close your eyes. Find yourself a comfortable position, whether you're leaning against the back of a chair or you're sort of arching your lower back to better support yourself as you sit up. The straighter we sit, the more life force energy and light we're able to activate. And the more actually we can come into resonance inside of ourselves. I've been doing heart math now on and off for 9 years. And one of the things that I've discovered is that there's a very particular way that I hold myself and where I focus my attention, and it's in my field. And when I do that, I can bring myself to the highest levels of coherence and maintain it pretty well. So there is something, that proved to me that there's something very important about our posture. I'd heard it, but now I have proof. And then bring your left index finger up to the right nostril and begin the left nostril breathing to further assist in the quieting of the nervous system. All right, now bring yourself out of that. And let's sit with ourselves, just feeling inside of ourselves for a little bit. Intending to stay conscious, stay aware of feeling inside, and see if we can do that and not, or how long you can do it without getting lost in a thought or distracted by a thought. one of the things that helps us to stay focused, stay aware, let's say, stay present, let's do that, is a kind of breathing, again from yoga, called Ujjayi breathing, and maybe everybody knows it, but just in case everybody doesn't, it's a breath where you sort of close up the back of your throat a little bit, and it causes you to make a sound both on the in-breath and the out-breath that, if I exaggerate, it sounds like this. Hopefully you can hear that. So if you do that even just a little bit, that really does help you stay more present. So I might try that for a moment here. Good. And now mark in your body, mark in the cells, mark in the spaces between the cells. This feeling right now, this experience of peace and calm. Mark it in your heart, in the memory of your body and your energy field. So that you can find your way back to this peace more easily. You can course correct. Course correct is noticing, course correction is noticing that going too fast, or noticing perhaps that I'm feeling anxious or stressed or worried, agitated, and recognize that I want to shift. And the more we do this kind of work, the faster we are able to course correct, to shift back into these healthier states that really do support us in many more ways than we know. Okay, and now let's go to the negative belief that you've chosen to clear tonight. We keep moving through these, remembering, as I already suggested, to try and get one, take one that's pretty good sized one that's gonna, releasing it and shifting it, or even making significant headway doing that, is going to really be something that helps you come further in claiming your own sovereignty, right? In being able to have more of your energy directed towards the light, towards joy, towards possibility and creativity and love. Okay? All right. So hopefully everybody has belief. You've got it in a pretty shortened phrase. You've all been through this before. And so here we go. So hands here, unless you like it above and below your lips better. So we're going to start with start at the beginning. So the beginning is, I want to let go of this belief that. See what that feels like. How true does that feel to you? Okay. And let's go about the clearing. Even though I don't want to let go of this belief, I love myself and I'm going to feel better now. Even though I don't want to let go of this belief, I love myself and I'm going to feel better now. Even though I don't want to let go of this belief, I love myself and I am going to feel better now. Remembering to take nice deep breaths. I want to let go of this belief. Feel that shift. It's possible for me to let go of this belief. Even though it's not possible for me to let go of this belief that I love myself and I'm going to feel better anyway now. Even though it's not possible for me to let go of this belief, I love myself and I am going to feel better now. Good. Even though it's not possible for me to let go of this belief, I love myself and I'm going to feel good now. It is possible for me to let go of this belief that good. I will let go of this belief that even though it's not possible for me to let go of this belief that I love myself and I'm going to feel good now. Even though I won't let go of this belief, I love myself and I'm going to feel good now. Even though I won't let go of this belief, I love myself and I'm going to feel good now. Good. I will let go of this belief that. Okay, now you can say it with me. I am willing to do everything necessary to let go of this belief that, and let's reverse it. Even though I'm not willing to do everything necessary to let go of this belief that I love myself and I'm going to feel good now anyway. Even though I won't do everything necessary to let go of this belief, I love myself and I am going to feel good now. Even though I won't do everything necessary to let go of this belief, I love myself and I'm going to feel good now. I will do everything necessary to let go of this belief. Good. I give myself permission to let go of this belief. All right, even though I don't give myself permission to let go of this belief that I love myself and I'm going to feel good now. Even though I don't give myself permission to let go of this belief, I love myself and I'm going to feel good now. Even though I don't give myself permission to let go of this belief, I love myself and I am going to feel good now. I give myself permission to let go of this belief that. Good. All right. Nice deep breath. Wiggle your body around. Loosening up some stuff, letting go. Just like that yawn was letting go. All right, next one. It is safe for me to let go of this belief that, even though it is not safe for me to let go of this belief that, I love myself and I'm going to feel better anyway. Oops. Even though it's not safe for me to let go of this belief, I love myself and I'm going to feel good anyway. Even though it is not safe for me to let go of this belief, I love myself and I am going to feel good now. It is safe for me to let go of this belief that, good. It is good for me to let go of this belief that, even though it's not good for me to let go of this belief that, I love myself and I'm going to feel good now. Even though it's not good for me to let go of this belief that, I love myself and I'm going to feel good now. I notice how every time I go through this, I just get lighter and lighter as I'm doing it with you. All right, I am going to let go of this belief that it's going to feel good too. All right, I deserve to let go of this belief that, even though I don't deserve to let go of this belief that, I love myself and I'm going to feel good now. Even though I don't deserve to let go of this belief, I love myself and I'm going to feel good now. Even though I don't deserve to let go of this belief, I love myself and I am going to feel good now. Nice deep breath. I'm going to yawn again. There's some good releasing going on here. I deserve to let go of this belief that. Good. I'm willing to let go of all the benefits of keeping this belief. Even though I'm not willing to let go of all the benefits of keeping this belief, all the reasons or excuses why, I love myself and I'm going to feel better now. Even though I'm not willing to let go of all the benefits of keeping this belief, I love myself and I am going to feel better now. Even though I am not willing to let go of all the benefits of keeping this belief, I love myself and I'm going to feel better now. I am willing to let go of all the benefits of keeping this belief. All right. I forgive myself for having this belief. Even though I don't forgive myself for having this belief that, I love myself and I'm going to feel good now anyway. Even though I don't forgive myself for having this belief, I love myself and I am going to feel good now. Even though I don't forgive myself for having this belief, I love myself and I am going to feel good now. Even though I don't forgive myself for having this belief, I love myself and I am going to feel good now. I forgive myself for having this belief. I forgive myself for letting it go. Maybe not. Even though I don't forgive myself for letting go of this belief that, I love myself and I'm going to feel good now. Even though I don't forgive myself for letting go of this belief, I love myself and I am going to feel good. Even though I do not forgive myself for letting go of this belief, I love myself and I am going to feel good now. And one more. I forgive myself for letting go of this belief. Sorry. I can let go of this belief even though it's woven throughout me, right? Or I wove it throughout me. So even though I can't let go of this belief because I've woven it throughout me, I love myself and I'm going to feel better now. Even though I can't let go of this belief because I've woven it throughout me, I love myself and I am going to feel better now. Even though I cannot let go of this belief because I've woven it throughout me, I love myself and I am going to feel better now. I can let go of this belief even though I have woven it throughout me. All right, bring your hands down. Nice deep breath in. Check in with this belief now and see how true it seems to you now. Your experience will be some version, some variation on a theme of maybe it's still there a little bit, but it doesn't feel as strong, doesn't feel as upsetting, doesn't feel as commanding. Maybe it feels silly. I've said that before. I can't tell you how many times people are like, that's silly. Why am I believing that? When 5 minutes ago, like that was there. It's always been there. Felt like they were always going to believe it. And then it shifts. I mean, this is a crazy, powerful little exercise. And it just occurred to me that the repetition, at least the way, I mean, there are other ways to do this repetition, but I am really loving this. I'm going to feel better now, or I'm going to feel good now, because we are, every time we repeat that, we're putting that determination, we're putting that will into our field. We're hearing ourselves, our subconscious is hearing ourselves saying, we're going to do it. And I think, in a way that I'd never consciously thought this before, that that too is adding to our resilience, right? All right, so with your eyes closed, start with feeling the way this belief has been woven in you, woven throughout you, and begin to unweave it. Whether you use your hands or your awareness, your energy field, and you can feel yourself energetically moving this belief out of you from wherever it is. Your field, the surface of your body, the deepest inner recesses and the smallest little places inside. Send it out, send that energy out. Freeing yourself even more powerfully of the pull of this negative belief. So, and feeling it like suddenly sort of right itself, or gradually be righting itself. So pulling all that energy out, freeing all that energy, letting it go wherever it came from, and now beginning to go through your life, do that walk through your life of this belief, and every time that it comes into your awareness that you felt it from the first time you remember. So many of these beliefs, variations of them, start when we are so small. Something happens, different things happen when we are children, from hearing our parents say other things to other people, from what they may say to us, from what kids may say to us, from what we say, from the images we see, from the things we hear. We get inundated with messaging that strengthens these negative beliefs, particularly when we're feeling upset or traumatized or alone. And so sending all this energy out from all these times and moments of you, maybe saying to yourself, it's okay, I love you. We made it through. We made it through all those moments that were so tough. And we're here now. And here now, we've done so much healing, and we've grown. We're growing, we are healing. We are discovering more of our true self. We are feeling more light within, at least sometimes. And pile all that old, spent, dirty, sticky, yucky energy out into that pile. Freeing yourself, lightening your load, creating more space inside. Removing that pile completely and totally. Again, however it comes to you, to make it evaporate, dematerialize, blow up, burn up, be blown away, sucked into the earth, however. And as soon as you've done that, beginning to feel the space inside, feel the peace and the openness. Feel that light axis. Now it grounds you down into the core of the earth and connects you up into the heavens and your array of light. Your array of light at this moment in time, in this place, in this dimension, having this experience. And knowing inside it is about coming into peace with ourselves. It's not about being in any certain way or looking any certain way. It is this comfort, this peace, this space inside. Our ability to open up to it. And then bring in light. And feel that light energy pouring down into you, reverberating out of you through the chakras, right? Like ripples. You know, that's how that energy moves, and feel that rippling happening in you and around you. We are vortexes within vortexes of living energy, living in a larger vortex of energy. Filled with the possibility of aliveness. In all its manifestations. Feeling the goodness of this moment and the goodness of you. Being and feeling you now. Such a gift you give yourself to be in this space now. Now imagining yourself moving forward in through the evening from this place inside. How do you meet life now from here? Tonight, in your dreams, tomorrow, the rest of the week, and the next week, and the week after that. And how would you describe to yourself the qualities that you're feeling now, and that you're carrying into the moments coming? And so as we close, I just encourage everyone to keep going, keep growing, keep rising on up, and grow in loving yourself and the world, and know that I love you. Everyone.